That was unscheduled. They have got a problem, but their shot at a race win is over here today at the Rolex.
Pretty difficult start of the year, the first 3 races in both championships.
Oh, trouble! The AO by TF car is stranded. It's the second place LMP2 Pro-Am car.
I've taken part in a lot of endurance racing. I never won a 24 hours.
And we have a big one, Spike.
I don't know, maybe I'm just not supposed to win one of these things.
For PJ and for Spike in particular, we kind of definitely told him, you know, the first one's kind of the toughest one to get, and we did promise him once you get that first one out of the way, you know, for him on a professional level and for Spike, more would follow. We knew we were really building some good things through the start of the year. Obviously Daytona was kind of a heartbreaker, but we knew we were very, very close. We knew we kind of had all these pieces together. At some point it was going to get across the line. Probably didn't think Le Mans was going to be the first one to get done, especially for PJ. It's pretty wild for his first, you know, pro level win to be a race in sports cars. So that's incredibly special, I think, to do that with him and for him. And yeah, I think once we got that out of the way, then it was just a little bit of, you know, pressure off everybody to do that. But then also, that being said, we needed to kind of deliver that to the IMSA-based crew.
It always felt leading up to that Le Mans win where woulda, coulda, shoulda, some weird mechanical things, or I had made a mistake, some weird strategy call that just didn't work out. And so it was like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not supposed to win one of these things. And to have Le Mans be the thing that finally the dam broke open on that one, because we've been extremely successful subsequent that particular race, that I do think there was just maybe something where you start to believe in yourself more than you would have otherwise, because it just felt like we were waiting and waiting and waiting for something to go our way for a change, and for it to happen in the biggest race in the world is a pretty special thing to have happen. So from that perspective, yeah, I do think there's a marked change, at least in how I saw my ability to achieve things after that Le Mans win, because it's an amazing feeling. But then you immediately want to chase it again. You want to get that feeling back. So it fires you up in both the success of the event itself, but then also for the future.
After winning Le Mans, I want to win more. The box is ticked for once, but I think as many times you can win Le Mans as good as it is, especially this year with PJ and Dane and the whole AO crew. We have such a good year, so much fun, so much energy going into this, that if we could do it together again, it would be amazing. So I would sign up straight away.
Checkered flag, checkered flag. Awesome job today, everybody. P2. Good championship point today. Checkered flag. 5 podiums in a row. Good job.
It's honestly been a pretty special summer. You know, these don't happen all the time. I've been here for quite a while. When things are rolling, they're really rolling, and they seem to get this really positive momentum. Everybody starts to believe in what's possible, and luck can kind of tend to turn your way a little bit more. And it's just one of those years, one of those summers where everything kind of goes right. Even the days that are a little tougher, a little bit bumpy, we were still managing to come out of these races with podiums and trophies, and went from being a pretty difficult start of the year to, you know, end of summer leading both championships. So that's a pretty phenomenal turnaround from the first 3 rounds where it was looking like it was going to be maybe a tough year for everybody. So I'd say it shifts back a little bit more to how things have been going in the US and in IMSA at the moment to try to win another championship. I'd really love to see, you know, how far we can take that. You know, I think we're in a great place to get it done this year and see kind of where the future goes from there. Because I think that's kind of the good and bad part of motorsport is really never enough, is it? You can be really proud of all the achievements, but you always want the next one. So let's see.
Pace is really good, PJ. You've got a 5-second gap behind. Go, Luke. Checkered flag, Dane IMSA champion. Awesome job. We're going to go have more fun next week.
It's hard to process how amazing this season has been. Just this redemption arc that we've had from seemingly nowhere at the beginning of this season all the way to winning Le Mans in June and then having clinched the championship here at Petit Le Mans in October. Yeah, it's hard to put in words how incredible this sort of emotional roller coaster has been. But I mean, I could be more proud of the whole team because the drivers get a lot of the credit, but there's a huge number of people behind the scenes that make all of this possible, and I just want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart because, my goodness, what an incredible ride it's been.
With the IMSA Championship under our belts, we felt like all we had to do was win in Portimão. We had a more conservative strategy at Petit because we had the championship lead. However, it was different in ELMS. We had to win because we didn't want to put our destiny in someone else's hands. We fought really well in the beginning. I was able to put the car in first. However, we had a weird mechanical issue that set us back a few spots, but Dane fought like hell to get back up front. And then Louis took the wheel and we were off to the races. And so for us to come home second, yeah, of course you'd love to win, especially to make sure that we took home the championship. But luck was on our side, and the guys we were competing with unfortunately had a mechanical issue. So even though we didn't win the race, second was more than enough to make sure we took home the championship. So it's just one of those things with racing, you never know. And we took the strategy of wanting to win and a dash of luck, and we pulled it out. So I couldn't be happier. You read about these old races or these historic cars, and you're like, wow, the history on these cars are incredible. Because besides just loving this, I also love cars in general, and I love the history around it. And I'm like, well, hold on, what if we just make our own history? That's honestly where this sort of dream came from. Like, you look at these cars with the history, but then you think, well, I have the ability to take a car and give it its own history. And that part is sort of extraordinary. It's hard for me to overstate how unbelievably cool it is to make your own history in that sense. And so whether it's Le Mans or some of the big IMSA events, like, these are all surreal moments that I get to have doing this later in life, but also trying to be the best racing driver that I can be, so we can not just make history, but also like make really cool history by winning these things. And so I don't want to do any sort of half measures, and I want to make it count. And so whether it's doing the events and trying to win, or it's building a team that does things differently with the characters and getting more families involved, I want to do stuff as best as we possibly can. I didn't want to just go out there and participate for the sake of saying, well, I'm a race car driver. Like, no, I want to win and I want to do cool things. And so AO has been sort of the culmination of all of that, where we do feel like we are fundamentally different, but we're succeeding on and off track with all of the stuff that we have been doing. And that part is incredibly rewarding.